What's up, fam? Welcome back to another episode of Chop It Up. Yeah, so I've been out for a couple of weeks, due to the holiday and due to working and things, but I'm glad to be back to share another episode with y'all, to be back in fellowship. So look, on this episode of Chop It Up is going to be titled Personal Development, the Making of a Man. So keep it locked right here.
Throw that bread in the microwave, put it on the stove, slang it in the oven, man, however you want to chop it up, cook it up, man.
Yeah, and we're back. So, guys, one of the main things that I know as a man, we have so many stereotypes, and we figure that we know what a man should be. But also, I feel like we should look at how God wants us to be. I'm an inner city youth, and from what I'm told, men, we don't cry. Men, we sow our wild oats until we, feel like we want to settle down. We fight. Nowadays we shoot. And jail is a trophy now. Go and do some time. But I want to break all that up and just get to the point where we become real men in the eyes of God. Men after God's own heart. And I love to reference David. There are more than just David. It's more than just David in the Bible, but I love David. I love his life, his character. I love, his heart, most of all. And I believe that's why he's one of the most iconic kings, one of the most iconic prophets, because David was a prophet of God. And he is the symbol of Israel. So with that being said, it's a reason why he is held in such high esteem, and that's because he chose to fear God. For the Bible tells us that the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. And even when we look at his son, his offspring who became king after him, King Solomon. King Solomon, when God came to him and asked him, what can I bless you with? What can I give you? King Solomon said, just give me wisdom. Because Solomon knew through the teachings of his dad that wisdom was the jumping point off to everything. As long as you got the wisdom of God working in your life, you can achieve great things. And God wants us to achieve great things. He wants us to go beyond the normal, beyond the natural, and really flourish and be pillars in our community. That's what men should really be. Men should be pillars in their community, where the young people, the fatherless can go, where we are the protectors, we are the gatekeepers. So men, it's time for us to really stand up and be what God has called us to be and more. So it's really time for us to stand up and be courageous and speak to the younger generations and let them know, hey, look, drugs is not the way. You only escape your problems for a moment, but those problems are still going to be there. Abusing women is not the way. Running through women is not the way. Find you a wife. Find you someone that matches, your hustle that God has picked out for you, and share life with that woman. Make children with that woman and love that woman just like Christ loved the church. And love your kids and help them to become adults and great citizens, of our country. So, men, it's our responsibility. We hold the weight of the world on our shoulders. It doesn't make us, more better than a woman, because a woman has her role. But as a man, we need to be the covenant keepers. We need to be, like I said, the gatekeepers, and we need to be the protectors of our homes, the protectors of our communities, and the protectors of the supernatural, because we supposed to cover our homes. We are the spiritual covering of our homes. So we are the priests, we are the prophets, and we are the kings of our homes and our communities and our churches. Young brother, if you're watching me and you're not in church, Christianity is not a soft religion. A matter of fact, there are men who are believers, me including myself. There's nothing soft about me, but God allows me to be meek. That means I have power, I have passion. I'm a dangerous man, but I yield all of that under God, and I allow him to use me as he sees fit. So I don't go out there and do things on my own accord, or according to my own knowledge, but I get in the word of God. I read his word. I get in the presence of God with prayer and worship, and I seek his heart to figure out, how do you want me to live my life? Because I know it's not meant for me to go out there and be a barbarian. It's not meant for me to go out there and be a playboy. It's not meant for me to go out there and hang on the corner with my pants hanging off my behind selling drugs. It's more to life than that. And I thank God for his grace in allowing me to be with my wife for 15 years and being married for 13, and watching how that covenant has unfolded, and how that covenant has really made me who I am. To see my wife, everything that I give my wife, every seed that I plant into my wife, she multiplies that. When it comes down to the seed of kids, she gave me beautiful children. She gave me, a son and two baby girls. And then also she helped me raise my oldest daughter that was before our marriage. I gave her a house and she turned it into a home. You give a woman food and she turns it into a meal. You have to find you a helpmate that God has picked out for you to help you, to work alongside you. And we really have to do our part. Business, God doesn't mind you having a business. God doesn't mind you being promoted. But God is not going to do the hard work for you. Yes, God is going to rest his favor on you, but it's your job to make sure that you fulfill what God has for you. So as a man, it's time for us to get over what we think is cool and what's popular. From my culture, designer, Jordans, jewelry, all that stuff is popular. But are you losing or are you winning? Because when you buying all of this different stuff, you're really losing. You're throwing away money. And I'm not criticizing anybody, because me, myself, I am a sneakerhead, for the simple fact that I didn't have those things growing up. And when I got old enough to make my own money, I went out and I bought stuff that I didn't have growing up. I have a closet full of Jordans. I have probably 25 pair of J's. I don't have designer. That's one thing that I thank God that I didn't get caught up in, because I understood that it's not the clothes that make me, it's me that make the clothes. So I do have some nice clothes. I might have a polo or two. I don't buy a polo no more. Matter of fact, if I'm going to wear a t-shirt, it's my own t-shirt, it's my own brand. I make my own t-shirts. You know, when it come down to clothes like this nice Henley, this is, you know, what I'm putting in my wardrobe. Henleys and chinos and cap toes and wingtips, you know, just switching it up, because you have to have a variety of things to fit different parts, because you're not always in the streets, you're not always, you know, being laid back. So Jordans, jeans, and polos don't go everywhere, especially on a job interview. If you go on a job interview with Jordans, you know, jeans and your Gucci and your jewelry, you're not gonna get that job. If you do get that job, it's a low wage job with no benefits, and you just gonna be slaving for the rest of your life. If you want to truly be what God has called you to be, you got to put yourself in position. You got to learn, you know, how to dress for the occasion. You got to learn how to dress well. You got to learn, you know, how stuff should fit. Baggy clothes is out. You know, find you something that's going to fit your body. You may not want skin tight, skinny jeans and skin tight shirts, but make sure it looks nice. Make sure it looks neat. So when you walk into that interview, when you walk into that business meeting, when you walk into that bank for that loan, and people look at you, they know you mean business, because you look like business. You know, you put together real well, and people respect that. Even if you're not going into a business setting, or going to apply for a loan, or going to, you know, apply for a job, make sure you have something, because it's always different events that you're invited to. Black tie events. You might have to go to a funeral. You might have to go to a wedding. Start putting pieces, you know, timeless pieces in your wardrobe that you can go and you can fall back on, and really make yourself presentable as a man. So I'm gonna keep this video real short. You know, I don't like to go overboard and beat a dead horse. But please, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing, because I love to give out content that's going to build you, that's going to add value to your life, and, you know, propel you into what God has for you. That's my whole mission, is helping people to get to where God wants them to be, so they can hear the voice of God and capitalize on that. If you would like to see, you know, maybe some of the stuff that's in my wardrobe, some real nice pieces, my shoes, what kind of chinos, what color, what kind of shirts I wear, you know, drop a comment in the comment section below, and I'll do a video. You know, I'll show you how to put some pieces together to make yourself appeal, you know, in the different situations that you will find yourself in. So thank you for tuning in and watching this video. I really appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. And until next time, peace, fam.